Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane. And today I have for you a 2 vs 2 on McGechaen's War. Yes, indeed, it's not a map we see very often, but today we do. Highly exciting stuff, yes indeed. Who shall be fighting? Well, here in the southern corner, right here in this thick bocage, we shall be seeing Statusquo Reloaded. I have absolutely no clue who this chap is, except he's part of Reloaded, and there's Air Reloaded from, and we also sing Centurion Reloaded. So 2 reloaded chaps fighting in the south of McGechaen's, fighting for the Americans. Yes indeed, those silly Americans. Hang on, let's just... There we go, just so that we get that all proper in as well. But, I mean, you know, Americans fighting for the, let's say 3rd Armoured Division in the thickness of the French fields. Opposing them shall be Bodhidharma, yes indeed, a pretty good player, and we also seeing Lestandarte. Combined, they will make the Wehrmacht, they will make the, let's just casually say they're the Panzer Lehr. Yes indeed, and in fact, let's get right down to it. Let's not dilly-dally any further about this. Troops are sort of casually spreading out. What shall these 2 players be going for? We're seeing a barrack start right here from Statusquo Reloaded, and a weapon support center start from Centurion Reloaded. So I mean, the sort of usual task, delegation. You might see, you know, one chap goes for support, one goes for the infantry. Might always work. We'll of course have to see how these work. Will they be able to support each other, or will there be something going wrong? We are seeing pioneers splitting out there, of course. Dual Wehrmacht quarters. I mean, not much else for them to do except perhaps go for a 4th barrack start. I mean, and you usually don't see the Wehrmacht go for that in a 2 vs 2. I mean, it would be interesting, but you just don't see it. Bit of happy little banter there. Engineers hitting sort of, that's why I love you. Right. Let's just ignore that. But barrack start, rifleman on the way. Wehrmacht spreading out here. Bodhidharma leading the way with his Pioniere. And more Pioniere for Lestandarte. 3 pioneer teams, in fact. We are seeing a Volksgrenadier team coming out here for Bodhidharma. Going to lead the way with rifles. Good solid rifles. I have enough love for both. So I have to quote Lieutenant Gottlieb on this, or at least paraphrase. This is war. It's a serious matter. And I might almost add the fuck you bozo on top of that, but I'll be kind and not. Either way, we are seeing pioneers splitting out, full screen, and we also seeing 3 pioneers from him as well. Indeed I am. I'm seeing 3 pioneers from both Wehrmacht players. They're going for a pretty capture heavy start, but at the same time, of course, they might be setting themselves a bit behind, you know, in the actual fighting bits, which of course will be to the advantage of the Americans. Well, mate, no, only Russian, that would be Status Quo. Volksgrenadiers sneaking in from behind. Sneaky little Volksgrenadiers infiltrating behind the lines. And now go engaging, but of course riflemen engineers could be a bit of a problem. Volksgrenadiers firing away, riflemen closing in on the stalwart and stoic Volksgrenadiers. In fact, oh my goodness, this rifleman actually taking quite some losses. Good shooting there from the Wehrmacht, down to 3 riflemen. And the engineers are running into this mess. Only 1 Volksgrenadier down. And it wasn't even the squad leader. Oh dear, that's certainly going to leave the Volksgrenadier team rather strong. Bike on the way here for Lestandarte. He probably does, I hope he has an MG42 somewhere, otherwise he's... Yes indeed, we do see the MG42 hiding in the shadows of the bocage, enjoying a cool breeze. We are seeing some engineers and pioneers fighting about here. Light engagements at the fuel. While the Americans push through the center, we're seeing quite a bit of barbed wire here from Centurion Reloaded to sort of maximize the effectiveness of his heavy machine gun. Nice to see. Mines going down for Centurion Reloaded as well, pretty early. More heavy machine guns, so far no coordination between the allies though. But neither really behind the Wehrmacht, so I mean, not much you can really lay a finger upon there. Well, I suppose I could, but it might be a bit silly. And there we go, small engagement here between riflemen, pioneers and engineers. Oh dear, the bike, no, there's a mine, there's a... Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why Fraps is acting up. Bit like that, unfortunately. Might be because I'm uploading, so there might be some things getting drained there. Can't entirely say. damn, we are seeing some engagement right here. Volkswagen is out in the open, getting hit by heavy machine gun fire and getting assaulted by riflemen. That's not quite working out nicely. And some others hiding inside this building. They do decide to get out to fight the Americans in the barn, or what do they? What have you? And fighting here going on with the MG stops some engineers from pushing onwards. More pioneers rushing away. Lots of, you know, sort of minor skirmishing here and there. Bunker going up for Bodhidharma in the middle of the road. Not really the sort of recommendable position for a bunker, you know, in the middle of the road. Right now, saying, hey, blow me up. And a mine from Bodhidharma actually stops an American assault. Volkswagen is pushed forward, forcing all the riflemen away. And this, in fact, is pretty open to any sort of naughtiness the American Wehrmacht might actually decide to do. So obviously they seem a bit more occupied with the Centurion running straight into him. Machine gun, he probably ought to have known was right there. Getting suppressed. And grenades right at the Volkswagen. Oh dear, 2 down. The rest are getting gunned down as well. Pretty terrible. More bunkers going up for Bodhidharma. More mines going off somewhere. Flap still being a bit uncertain what he wants to do. My apologies. I have received an external hard drive as a friendly gift from Vlad. Yes, indeed, he figured it might work. I accept it, certainly. And then, of course, I'm working on it. It's so far, I mean, initial results haven't really been successful. That, again, might be because I'm uploading something at the same time. Plus, well, you know, I haven't been fully updated for something like that. So there might be some hope there. Otherwise, I do feel I might have asked something of Vlad, which turns out to have not helpful. But then again, can always use it for backups, and of course ensuring the Propagandacast won't be lost in that way. 3 Volkswagen teams. We are seeing veterancy up for them as well. Quite nice to see. And a grenade, killing 1 pioneer. Pioneer down. In fact, that was a bit grim there. Medics on the move. Volkswagen is pushing onwards pretty swiftly. And in fact, let's go and look at Centurion reloaded. Pioneers running into a bit of problem. Volkswagen is so I'm moving to assist. And of course, Veterans 1 does provide them with a bit of healing. That would be about it. Nothing else so far from our Wehrmacht players. Support units galore, it looks like, for Lestandarte, and only infantry for Bodhidharma. An attempt at putting down a munitions point observation post, but that doesn't quite work out. Riflemen are charging at the Volkswagen, holding the line, getting grenaded. Oh dear, forced to retreat. Volkswagen could be flanking about, others are pushing through in the east. Not entirely sure what they're intending, and looks like an American attempted a tank barricade. Ended rather grimly as the Americans are stuck between pieces of hedgehogs, which was the sort of name for this one, these sort of tank traps. The one the Wehrmacht used, the concrete one, was called Dragon's Teeth. And pioneers with flamethrowers getting sniped, and a dreadful attempt. Didn't quite work out. Volkswagen hit a mine and are taking heavy losses as well themselves. Oh dear, Volkswagen has been lost for Bodhidharma. Pretty heavy losses for the Wehrmacht. They're having a bit of problem pushing forward, but at the same time, though, Grenadier team has been reformed by the medic bunker, which of course could slightly turn the scales in the advantage of the Wehrmacht. Although they might, of course, get some more units. At the same time, though, they have to be careful. They have to prepare for some sort of armored business. And there we go. In fact, just as I speak it, tank depot going up for Centurion reloaded. And so far, the Wehrmacht looks to be a bit lacking in the anti-tank assets business. MG getting assaulted. Not good at all. And Grenadiers not quite doing much either. BARs have been equipped. Oh dear, that's only going to increase Statusquo's firepower. Volkswagen is fighting in the east, riflemen charging right at them. And in fact, the Volkswagen end up being hounded off. And these Grenadiers need to get out of there quickly. Quickly, Heinz, save yourself. More mines going off here and there. Flaps dropping here and there as well. Pioneers on the run, veterancy for some riflemen. More medics picking up the wounded, getting them back. Volkswagen is fighting a heroic fight. And another Grenadier team gets reformed. That's already 2 Grenadier teams in 8 minutes. That's only quite helpful. Now the riflemen are being pushed back. MG covering the flank right there. But clearly the Wehrmacht, the Panzer Lehr, are a bit surrounded. Riflemen and Grenadiers facing off against each other. Engineers setting off a mine on the retreat. Why is he running past those riflemen? Why isn't he focusing them down, grenading them or something else? I think that might be a misclick by Bodhidharma. Oh dear, 2 Grenadiers down. False Grenadiers pushing onwards though. Pioneers being saved by the medics. What is Sanitäter? Volksgrenadiers and Riflemen facing off against each other. Riflemen are not winning this fight despite the BS, but there we go, grenade against the Volksgrenadiers. The others ran away. It seems like, oh dear, Bodhidharma is having a bit of trouble deciding what he wants to do. Volksgrenadier did not survive though. Volksgrenadier werden getötet. These though still pretty untouched. I mean, it's mostly in the hands of the Americans. No real attempt by the Wehrmacht to push through there, although some pioneers from Lestandarte could push that about. Grenadiers moving in. Nothing that could really belay any sort of attempt to stop any vehicles. We are seeing the tank depots ready. We might soon be seeing a Sherman, I wager. Supplied upgrades for Statusquo reloaded. No medic stations though for them. Meanwhile, 2 medic bunkers for Bodhidharma. And 3 medics scattering around this bunker. Yes, indeed, medics can sort of shift to the different medical buildings depending on how much they feel they are needed. Fun little fact there.
Construction finished.
I'm not entirely sure what Bodhidharma expects to rush at this heavy machine gun position constantly. I can't help but feel he might be a bit distracted or something since he keeps up with this. It's not really helping him much, just giving more veterancy to the Americans. But MGs though do manage to hold the line a bit here. Further efforts from the Wehrmacht towards the east from Bodhidharma's Panzer Grenadiers, if you'd call them out of the Panzer Lehr. And looks like another great push being pushed by Statusquo. In fact, let's go look at Bodhidharma, who has gone in terror. He has got the inspired assault. He's got plenty of munitions forward. Bloody hell, almost 300. He's got a firestorm ready now. Of course, he could be upgrading his Volksgrenadiers with MP40s. That might help a bit against charging riflemen. He could be getting Panzerschrecks towards Grenadiers. He could be getting Goliaths, mines, and looks like one bunker went down. Mortars looks like to be up. At least I hear the clamp of the mortar. Yes, indeed. Nebelwerfer out. For Lestandarte, we are seeing an armored car, and we are seeing a Sherman coming out for the 3rd Armoured Division. The Panzer Lehr is going to be a problem now. Another medic bunker going up for Bodhidharma. Grenades against the pioneers, caught up in the chapel. MG covering them, allowing the pioneers to actually escape. Riflemen pushing up in the center. Another grenadier team reform. That's already 3 grenadiers. But Bodhidharma is going to be in problems. There's Sherman moving about, and he doesn't have anything to stop them. And again, he seems to have a thing for charging his Volksgrenadiers at positions where they shouldn't be charged. Armored car moving in to support the unfortunate Grenadiers caught out in this maelstrom of gunfire. Not looking too well. Heavy losses for the Grenadiers. They need to get out of there. Armored car providing covering fire. And there we go. Sherman on the move. Mine goes off. Rifleman almost down. But now there's nothing for the armored car to damage. Again, flaps being a bit silly. My apologies. Volksgrenadiers reinforcing. One team getting dual Panzerschrecks. And then making a push towards west again. And again, I have no idea why Bodhidharma insists on this. I mean, we've seen him before. He's, you know, not a bad player at all, but I have no idea what's going on here. More Volksgrenadiers getting into flank through here. More Nebelwerfers from Lestandarte. No Sturmgeschütz. I do find that as a bit depressing. Also, plenty of resources from Bodhidharma. Might he be going for a Sturmarmy himself or trying to go for the Panzer Command? Another Sherman moving in here. Or is that the same one? That would be the same one, actually. Moving against the MG, opening up. Nothing real terrible done. Grenadiers once more. Volksgrenadiers once more moving in. Grenadiers reformed again. Medic bunkers at pretty much every hotspot. That's a good idea. Armored car rushing through. Nebelwerfers provide support. Volksgrenadiers suppressed. Of course, if they get veterancy too, though, they are actually harder to suppress. Volksgrenadiers and Knights Cross Soldiers are pretty much the only Wehrmacht infantry units which gain suppression resistance with veterancy. But the machine gun is proving to be quite a problem. No real effort to deal with it. No attempt at the firestorm either. Veterancy 2 on the way, though. More Panzerschrecks. Mines going off left and right. Medics moving forward. Heavy machine gun simply slaughtering, in fact gaining veterans 1, making it more accurate. I believe. Having still trouble, and mortar rain now falling down on the central medic bunker. Bodhidharma's lines are quickly crumbling. Observation post is exposed. German moving in. And this one, it is a new one, I believe. Volkskriegsgrenadiers grenadiers moving towards the center. Medic bunker almost. It is down. Another grenadier team, though, managed to be reformed, giving Bodhidharma 5 grenadiers and 4 Volksgrenadiers, but he's still lacking the essentials to really push out. I think he's lacking something to support all this infantry. And he also needs to stop running into machine gun fire. It's not really doing him any favors. Medics getting slaughtered quite simply. Sherman pushing forwards again. Nothing to really stop them. And finally, though, seeing some Sturmgeschütz from Lestandarte. That's certainly going to help quite a bit. Nebelwerfer's firing into the dark, I think. They're not really managing much. And again, the Wehrmacht finds itself rather outmaneuvered. Sturmgeschütz moving forward. Armored can support, getting the Puma gun upgrade. Grenadiers also moving forward with no Panzerschreck. And the Sherman getting ready to assault up through the center. Panzerschreck on the way for these Grenadiers, but they're taking heavy fire. No veterans on the way for the German armor, though. That's going to prove a bit of a problem. Further fighting here. Grenadiers under heavy fire. Volksgrenadiers moving up to support. Pioneers moving in, but they have nothing to stop this armored car, which of course means Status Quo has a motor pool. Oh dear, oh dear. Rather moving up towards the center, running into MG fire. Grenadiers fighting loose. Veterans is free. Again, I think some sort of attempt at armor to support the Grenadiers might have been better instead of veterans free. Of course, that's not going to stop the MGs, which seemingly are one of the things to stop them. Sherman running into a problem with the Puma and the Sturmgeschütz, and the Panzer Lehr was actually one of the few divisions to actually have the Puma in Normandy. So this Sherman is caught in a trap. And we are seeing Allied War Machine, though, going up, thus meaning, of course, Centurion Reloaded has gone for armor. More Shermans, and of course now a tank destroyer joining the good fight as well. All 3 victory points in the hands of the Americans. Mortar rounds falling down here. Pretty solid line. 2 mortars, in fact, going up for Centurion Reloaded. Good news of mortars, and we're so far seeing 3 medic bunkers for Bodhidharma. Volksgrenadiers Grenadiers charging forwards. Lots of munitions. Do they have several munition points or something? No, they have 1 there. I mean, observation post only seems 1, but still doing alright there. Volksgrenadiers charging them about heavy machine gun, but still getting stopped though. Too much exposure. And now in the center as well. Running into a bit of problem. I think mortar rounds falling against the heavy machine gun. Grenadiers moving in there to clear out the mortars. Sherman moving in. Howitzer fire. Chaos. Pandemonium. M10 running into Panzerschrecks, while others are running into heavy machine gun fire in the center. Chaos envelops. Still not a lot of armor though for Lestandarte, although it looks like yet another Stug 4. But again, I think Bodhidharma would be better off getting perhaps, you know, some veterancy. I mean, not veterancy, but some actual armor. Get the Panzer Command. They need something to stop all the armor from Centurion Reloaded. Further fighting here. Armor car so far has not really been damaged at all. Grenadiers getting suppressed by the 50 caliber. And Grenadiers trying to hold the line, but they're not quite succeeding. We're now seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Grenadiers. Veterans free. Absolutely insane. But still, they're not really managing much. They're not achieving a lot, which I think really ought to be giving the hint to Bodhidharma as to what he needs to do. Flesh part wire going down here for Status Quo Reloaded. Armored car actually has taken pretty heavy damage. 1 Panzerfaust could sort it out. And yes, indeed, artillery going in against the Nebelwerfer battery. Hard already and dangerous. So that rather makes things dangerous for the Nebelwerfers. German armor not really ready to push forward, and we're seeing another Centurion preparing an armored thrust, but there's nothing to really stop it. No. Oh, he is getting veterancy, but he isn't ready, I think. No. And there we go. Mine does get hit though. M10 hits it. Stugs turn around. Armored car also providing firepower, but they need some Panzerschreck Grenadiers, I fear. Quickly, Bodhidharma provides the fire, but now they're charging in. Stugs and Puma are simply outnumbered. They're quickly getting outflanked. Nebelwerfer fire. Stuk down. I repeat, Stuk down. And let's go look at Lestandarte. Also having a lot of resources. But no further Stuks. No veterancy for the Stuks either. That's really bad. Panzerx are arriving. Opening up. And we are seeing repairs, in fact. So he might not actually be going for the Calliope. He might be going for the Pershing, which would actually be quite effective, I think. And a retreat from Bodhidharma's Grenadiers. Further fighting in the center as Fultz Grenadiers. And they look like they might break through in the east, having caused some losses to the Americans finally. But of course now the major push is going on in the west. And there's nothing to really stop them. Quite the issue. Bunkers going down. And quite the fight breaks out in the cemetery as Grenadiers and Riflemen duel it out. Whoever shall win this. I have no idea. And artillery fire moving in against the Grenadiers. Of course they could just move forward, but no! Suppressive fire from the Grenadier and Riflemen forcing away all of these Grenadiers. Quite tragic. And again, due to the Grenadiers not being spread out, a bit of a problem with blobbing about. More Sturmgeschütz. Still no veterancy. Still no veterancy. And still nothing either from Bodhidharma. And again, also floating a lot of manpower. I mean, you know, if you're needing fuel, you know, put some observation posts on the fuel points. You know, just do something, please. Grenadiers are holding out in the east against these vicious riflemen. Blowing up their own cover, though. That's less good. And these Grenadiers, in fact, taking pretty stout losses. The BR is never to be underestimated. Interestingly enough, it looks like the Americans have lost all interest in charging further forwards. Although more armor is on the way. And what is this? V1 rockets? Where though? Oh, where? Where could it be? Could it be here? I have no idea where that V1 landed. No idea whatsoever. Oh well.
They are attacking secure.
That was a bit bloody weird. I imagine it was Bodhidharma. And of course they both go on terror. I mean, that's not really what I'd recommend. You know, both going for the same doctrine. Bunker going up again for Bodhidharma. MG holding back the riflemen. More troops rushing forwards. Others getting reinforced. Panzerschrecks, lots of Panzerschrecks. In fact, we're seeing about 3 there, but again, running into problems. Simply too much fire being arrayed against them, and there's nothing to really back them up. Kriegberg's now going up for Lestandarte, now going for some packs. And just still more troops getting pulled out from the bunkers. Riflemen are in fact being formed from this medic station at the front. Nice to see, nice to see. And the mortars continue to be quite a threat, bombarding the German lines, making things very hard for them to move out and actually hold a position. But at least they hold the east for now. Although they probably should have held them longer. And now again, another V1. Where are they firing them? Right at the anti-tank gun in the center, apparently. Fascinating. Of course, the howitzer is also a bit exposed. I mean, it might have been a better idea to sort of try to get close to that and then sort of launch one there. Sherman actually goes down. Grenadiers getting grenaded. And back to the fight. Quickly. Grenadiers once more being pushed back. Again, these sort of vast reserves apparently that Bodhidharma can muster of Grenadiers. Just doesn't seem to quite cut it. He sort of lacks something to really push them forward. And he doesn't quite have that. He doesn't have any armor or anything that could really assist them. Just have lots of Panzerx, which is rather resulting him in actually getting some problems. American armor getting away there. Another attack in the center again, running into a heavy machine gun. Volkswagen is moving forwards. Coming under heavy machine gun fire, both teams suppressed. Quite a bit going on there. Veterancy 2 for this heavy machine gun team. We have Veterancy 1. Americans pushing through in the center, minesweepers clearing out, nothing to really stop them. There's another medic bunker. Lines of the Panzer Lehr being pushed forward, and Pack getting ready in the west, could be trying to stop another American assault by Centurion reloaded. He's got quite a few Germans upgunned, in fact, another one there.
Enemy unit down.
And we're seeing another howitzer ready. Oh dear. 3rd Armoured Division really bringing out the big guns. Now all they need is a Pershing, I suppose. And again we're seeing lots and lots of grenadiers from Bodhidharma. And more medic bunkers, although it looks like he's actually losing some of his troops now. Well, am I just not getting the full picture? Stuke supported by Pack sneaking up on the west. Sherman down. American Panzers kaput. And lots of Nebelwerfer fire raking the center, but nothing quite, actually doesn't quite manage to hit much. Which is a bit of a shame, although it does manage to force away the mortars. Although again, the Nebelwerfers will quickly need to reinforce before they're getting hit by counter-artillery fire. And once more, the Grenadiers rush straight at the heavy machine guns. Again, with lots of Panzerx, but nothing really anti-infantry focused.
They have 200 points left.
Quite a bit of fighting going on here, though. And again, Bodhidharma manages some sort of close-up at the American base in the east, but he doesn't quite have anything that really gives him a punch. He has a lot of infantry, but all those MGs and well, generally tends to bog him down pretty quickly. Let's go look at Centurion loaded, who actually has access to a Calliope but hasn't gone for it. Quite impressive. Armored car actually manages to sneak in, opens up on the heavy machine gun from its flank. Pack's getting ready to stop any assault, but the sniper's moving in. Heavy machine gun actually doesn't pull away, but there we go, actually retreating now. Rifle moving in. Once more the artillery fires. And right here, apparently just hoping to catch something. Prepare perhaps for an assault. Bocage goes to bits. And there we go, Pack exposed and Pack down.
We're losing a munition sector.
I've been running into a bit of problem. And we actually see a Calliope arriving, so I was wrong. Damn you, Centurion reloaded. But actually a Grenadier assault has managed to clear out the howitzers. Well, one of the howitzers, now they just need to sort out the second one. Will these heroic Grenadiers and Volksgrenadiers manage to secure something for the fatherland, a small victory? Or will the extreme large hordes of rifle moving in? Oh, there, and there we saw Calliope rushing in right in front of it. Oh, dear, and the howitzer just makes it. No Panzerfaust attempt even to just finish it off. That was quite a shame, and no artillery raining in either, no Firestorm or no V1 rocket. Armored car running into problems. Sniper though gets spotted. And Sniper is dead. Stuke charges in, though completely recklessly exposing itself. Pack's in a bit of danger, but there's another one covering the crossroads in any sort of attempt from... Oh dear, sticky bomb. Sherman's charging forwards. Oh no. And the Pack is pointing in the wrong direction. And what are we seeing? Firestorm. Pack firing. I've no idea why call in a Firestorm. They don't do much against vehicles. It looks like this tank destroyer is in a lot of problems. Pack down though. The American Shermans managed to clear out the Pack. Nebelwerfers have shifted. The little battery does move about quickly. That's nice to see. I don't really think he's actually bothered with much veterancy from there though. Although that seems to be a bit of a bug in this case. Usually you see a lot of things going on here, but these are veterancy free and there's nothing there. Odd. Another observation post, and the Nebelwerfers are getting charged by hordes of riflemen. Things look like to be completely collapsing for the Panzer Lehr. Despite all of those grenadiers, in fact, just look at this vast force. Lots of infantry moving forwards, charging. Thankfully there are no strafing runs, otherwise they'd be doomed. And Nebelwerfer has in fact been cleared out, and quickly the Americans are seizing it. Grenadiers charging up, but in one bunch. And there we go, artillery getting called in, thus completely annulling the Grenadier assault. Again, no armor to really push through. Just a few Stukes who are still not getting much more veterancy. Might it though. Medic killed by artillery fire. Not looking good at all for the Axis. Well, they sort of still hold on to the eastern side, but that's about it. Sort of. I mean, if the Americans made even a slightly concerted effort, of course, it would all fall apart. Another firestorm, actually hoping... Oh dear, they didn't just clear out the naval river, they wrecked it. That seemed a bit reckless. Oh, that was a terrible pun. Sturmgeschütz is advancing, and...
Enemy unit
just
down.
firing artillery into the blind. Of course, you know, perhaps that position where there was a pack, clearing it out. Repair bunkers actually up for Bodhidharma, but he doesn't even have any armor. And another push by the infantry. Several Volksgrenadiers, but even more Grenadiers. And how many Panzerschrecks? Well, only one team with dual Panzerschrecks. I suppose that's something. Mortars move forward. Stug on its own. Single pack. I wonder what Bodhidharma might be intending. Does he have plans here? Might he be trying to assault the American base, but that's going to be a bit of a suicide, to put it mildly. Rather than charging forwards, off a few grenades could actually do a lot of damage. Forced retreat. There we go, grenades at all of these grenadiers. One rifleman team though could be lost in all of this firepower, and yes indeed, rifleman down. No! He actually results in a full retreat from the grenadiers. Lots of grenades though getting flown at them. Pack and Stug fighting off against some Sherman. And we actually now seeing a Panzer command coming out for Bodhidharma. 30 minutes into the game. I think it's a bit too late. To put it mildly. Field repairs once more going up. Volksgrenadiers is quickly laying down some barbed wire to protect this area. Let's return to Bodhidharma. Got resources for another V1. Stug clearly out of its boundaries. And we are seeing a Panther on the way for Bodhidharma. Great to see. The Panzer Lehr calling upon some proper Panzers to assist. And not just throwing away Stugs one by one. MG taking up position in the medic bunker. Americans pressing up here from all points. And the naval rifle battery still proving to be quite the nuisance. Still not managing a lot of kills though. Still not. And Bodhidharma seems to be pushing again. Almost there we go. It's Panther time. Panzer 5, Panther. That's going to help a bit, I imagine. And the medic bunker goes down. Another bunker bites the dust. One would think this was the Maginot Line with all those bunkers, but there you go. And Americans going straight for the point, but they're getting assaulted by Grenadiers. Lots of Grenadiers, Volksgrenadiers with BARs and Panzerschrecks. Panther and armored cars moving towards the west, taking up some tank destroyers and getting those knocked out. Pack even firing in support. First kill for the Panther. Rifleman going down on the retreat. Has to be careful though where that Panther doesn't get suddenly flooded and surrounded. Keep it supported. Get some more Panthers out. And yes, indeed, we are seeing another Panther coming out for Bodhidharma. Pack edging forward. Sniper though almost close to being spotted. Going for the central victory point as well. No attempt to secure this one though. Bit of a mistake. And another V1 going in for Bodhidharma. And no attempt to really going for this point as well, but that's also being covered by Centurion loaders, heavy machine gunners. Panthers in trouble though. Panthers in trouble. V1 again. I don't think really those V1 rockets are doing much. Yeah, it's really getting some. And is that Lestandarte also flying in a V1? V1s everywhere. Absolutely amazing. Or insane. Firestorm also not doing much. I don't really think they're doing much with the V1 rockets. really doing well for the Wehrmacht, though the Panzer Lehr has rather lost a lot. They might be able to get in a King Tiger as well, I suppose. No veterans though for the Panther. Calliope firing away madly. Repair bunker is down. And there we go, Koenig's Tiger ready to support the Panzer Lehr. And the Panzer Lehr actually have some King Tigers attached to them. In fact, this specific type of King Tiger, the one with the posture, I believe it's called, the production turret. Although they were actually sort of attached to a sort of radio control company, basically to sort of control Goliath, or their big elder brother, the Borgward 4B. For that job, you know, you saw things like King Tigers and actually Tigers being used. I believe also Stooks. There you go, but the Panzer Lehr actually had a company of King Tigers attached to it. So there we go, one of these mighty beasts lumbering forward.
We have only 50 points in reserve, and even this.
And a Pershing has actually arrived for Centurion reloaded. All 3 victory points are no more in the hands of the Wehrmacht. GG, well played. GG. All from the same side though, nothing really from the Axis. Sniper down. King Tiger advancing, opening up. Pershing in a bit of trouble. Pershing in a bit of trouble. And looks like some artillery gets called in right into all this mix. And another firestorm. Right here to knock out some support units. Desperately trying to take victory points, but not quite succeeding. Grenadiers rushing forward once more. And King Tiger versus Pershing, clearly not a fight that Pershing could ever dream of winning, unless it's veterancy free and fully upgraded, I imagine, and with field repairs ready. Otherwise, it's simply no match for the high velocity 88mm gun of the King Tiger, and of course the incredibly thick frontal armor, which is also sloped. But sadly, the victory points are not on the side of the Wehrmacht. Just as they're about to actually gain momentum, they've lost. And there we go, game over, a victory for the 3rd Armoured Division, having fought off the Panzer Lehr. Vicious assault. I mean, though the Panzer Lehr certainly did run into some problems. I mean, partly again, a lack of anti-tank assets, a lack of preparation, and for Bodhidharma, he was simply too much reliant on Panzerx, which he then never really managed to get much of, and also rather sort of weakened them against all the infantry. He might at least, you know, tried an MG42, just, you know, not upgrading them in a larger extent. But also, basically, you know, he never went beyond that for a long period of time. He probably should have gone for a Panzer Command a lot earlier. Perhaps, you know, trying to get some Panzers out earlier. Perhaps some Panzer Force or something similar. The problem for Lestandarte, though, was he got Stooks, but he was too late in getting veterancy for them, and not perhaps, you know, trying to get enough veterancy. Again, either side might have benefited a bit earlier from packs, and then there was sort of the final problem. Both had gone terror. I mean, usually you try to sort of have some variety in doctrine, so have a bit more variety in tools. I mean, one might have gone for defensive or blitzkrieg instead, might have gone for some flak 88s, might have gone for some rocket batteries, or might have gone for some Stooks and Tigers. I mean, I think really, for example, you know, Bodhidharma would have benefited more from going blitzkrieg, and then, you know, using that to get some Stooks, perhaps, you know, also getting some manpower blitzes with all that munitions. You had to get using the blitz ability to really, you know, get some speed up and, you know, really charge forwards. That really could have helped him, I think. So, of course, that's certainly my evaluation of this. Of course, the Americans did quite well, good coordination, although things were a bit dicey at times. They were sort of ready to get things together. Good use of Shermans and tank destroyers. Good usage of heavy machine guns and anti-tank guns, plus nice to see a medic station. Of course, also interesting to see all those medic bunks. They certainly provide a lot of grenadiers, but Bodhidharma was never really able to push forward beyond just throwing grenadiers at some unfortunate positions. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, why not subscribe and tell your friends, and if you didn't, well, why not send in a replay of your own. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.